sunshine. It's your morning marijuana motivation time. I'm your host with the Moses Marky Saint, and I'm blessed to be alive, bro. I'm blessed to be alive, and so are you. Every morning I remind people about the blessings. Oh man, I love this smell. I love this field. The feeling and the field. Something about, I don't know, man. Every morning I get up and it's like it's not the same smell, you know what I'm saying? But it's a fresh smell. It's like the winds took a relaxing nap during nighttime, and they're just stretching and waking up with the smell of the flowers and the trees, and it's fresh, before all the cars and the people. It's just fresh, and I'm walking on sunshine. Whoa, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm literally walking on sunshine, and that's what it's gonna have to take to fight for your life. That's what it's gonna have to take for you to put the energy into me, like back into you, so you can become powerful and walk on sunshine. This morning we're going to talk about fighting for our lives and just all the things not only I've been learning, but that we all know and can do something about. This is that show. So let's get into the shine. It's a beautiful day. It's nice. 87 degrees out here. And hold on, I'm trying to get this thing on the back. Lovely Las Vegas. There it is. All right, perfect. Got a little finger hold thing here. The birds are waiting around for this dude in the morning. He lives over here. I've seen him before, and he leaves crumbs, right? Life is leaving us crumbs, Hansel and Gretel. It's leaving us little notes. And maybe we're not paying attention, but let me teach you a little bit. Let me learn you something. Here it is. Let me get that out of my mouth and I can talk. We're learning. Like I posted in the inside, you're suffering only if you're not learning. This is going to be huge because I've been going through a lot of suffering, and I'm not the only one. Universally speaking, when you're talking about Buddhism, look at these guys, dude. They're all just chilling. They heard me talking about them, but they'll be back. They were like, what? I'm just like, why you guys keep coming around? Look. They come around here. This is where the dude feeds them. So right along the walking path is like they're communicating. Like, come over here. And then I'll walk up there. Let's see if they hang out. So let's see if you hang out. Let's see if you hang out in your mind long enough to do something with your thoughts. I spend a lot of alone time. I'm a pretty private person as far as me being extroverted and posting a lot and tagging a lot and doing the show a lot, like every morning, right? Most people, they're planning it. Look how many birds there are. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This is the exact area because there's always bird shit here. Look at them. They don't care. They just want to eat. Just like us. We just want to eat. So, pigeons. Pigeon shit. Yes, sometimes you're the statue. Sometimes you're the pigeon, right? Sometimes you're flying above it all and walking on sunshine. Whoa! You know what I'm saying? Like, got to hit the notes. And then next thing you know, you're getting shit on. And I think that's something that we have to talk about because that's the fight for the life. When our backs start hurting, it's like, that's the time to stretch, man. Most of us are just like, take a pill, swallow it down, forget the pain, just keep moving forward. And you're just like, bro, when's the last time you spent? Man, if you spent as much time on your physique as you spend on your social media, you'd be a monster. I'm just putting it out there. Like, I always tell myself, man, if you got time to play video games, you got time to design. You know what I'm saying? If you got time to lean, you got time to clean. Old McDonald's saying, you know what I'm saying? And that's what it is, It's our lazy versus our lazy. I want to look for a 4-letter word that I don't have at the top of my head, but versus our desire, versus our drive. It's really easy to get comfortable. It's really easy to just sit there and stay in the air conditioning, sitting, because it doesn't require us to really move around. And then we start wasting away. Like, literally, we can be killed from our comfort. And they're like, we talking about, Saint? I'm like, just think about it real quick for a second. Just hold tight. Like, if you're not taking out calories, but you're intaking a lot of calories and you're not doing a lot of activities to burn those extra calories, where do you think that energy goes? And I'm going to tell you now, it goes around your heart. Right here from the start, your boy Mark's thinking it's little heart pains too. It is so true. You know, what we eat ends up being us. And not that I'm a vegan, and not like I don't need to eat more vegetables and less fried foods or any fast foods, but legitly, that's the fight for our lives. And I know a lot of people are like, oh my God, man, I got to earn more money so I can eat more food. It's like, maybe for eating out purposes, because they mark up the food, you're paying for the waiter, you're paying for the service, you're paying for the markup, you're using their business, right? But like one person said, you know, you could travel, but you're afraid to make sandwiches, right? Like, you know, $10 a day, $300 a month. What did it come out to? Enough money to travel is basically what the meme was trying to get after. And I don't know many people that, oh man, it feels good on my back. I stretched out really good yesterday and got off this fucking phone and put some time into my body, doing some pull-ups and stretching. It was really good to stretch, man. It feels really good to stretch because, you know, it's us talking to our bodies. It's that conversation this morning. I knew damn well if I touched my fucking phone, it starts buzzing or whatever, messages, everybody's waking up. If I touch my phone, I lose all the dopamine for the day. And if I don't get out here and put some sun on my skin, some clouds on my soul, you know what I'm saying? Like, if I don't get this fresh air, I don't survive. And that's the fight that I'm talking about. Like, most people, they're not fighting for shit. They might be fighting for comfort, really, you know. No, I want to watch this tonight, you know what I'm saying? They're not fighting for communication. They're not fighting for commonality, right? They're fighting you to feel comfortable. I was watching the other day, I was just there, I'm about to go to 18 bin, do another house brunch Sundays. It's one of my favorite things, and my buddy's eating his meal, and he's complaining because the girl's not giving him a refill. Now, he can't finish his meal, or so he thinks, until he gets more Diet Coke, and I'm looking at him, and I'm like, you're complaining over your meal, which is a huge no-no. If you want to live a long life, you gotta look at all these butterflies. I told you guys yesterday, monarch butterflies all up in here. How beautiful is that? How beautiful is that? That is some beautiful life right there. And that's what I wanted to do, is look at the beauty of life. I don't think anybody can look at a bunch of beautiful butterflies and not feel good about a situation. It's not always rainbows and butterflies. That's what we're fighting for, right? We're fighting for that day where, I know myself, like I said this morning, waking up, I said, Mark, if you do not push past your grief, you will forever live there. That was my morning thought this morning. I said, man, if you do not control these thoughts, if you do not forgive yourself, if you do not stop beating yourself up, you will forever be stuck here. I'm tearing up again. I don't want to be stuck. You know, I don't want to be stuck. I want to be saved. I guess saved over stuck, huh? Make a shirt, Saints Anarchy. Look at the logo. I'm just it's just deep. It's deep to know that you are fighting for your thoughts, right? Plastic Pocket Challenge. You know, fighting for things that you want. I'm sure of it. And then I'm sure the things that you want cover up the things that you need. And that's something that I really deep down inside go after. It's like, what am I really desiring? You know, when you're flicking through the Tinders of the group or thirst trapping these girls, I was figuring out that's what we like about porn. It's the fantasy that I have 2 girls in my bedroom right now, and I don't. This dude does. This dude's getting to sleep with them. This dude's doing it right now. All I have to do is flick in, and I'm in his life. Instead of bringing that to my life, instead of going out into the world and actually cold approaching girls and talking to people and working my own mojo and working my own threesomes, we'll swipe left, turn on the porn, and now I'm living their life, right? Oh man, let me stretch out a little bit, my lower back. And that's what I've said, is like, it's a fantasy. when I want you to live in reality. I like people dreaming. I want this way again. I love people dreaming. It's one of my favorite addictions, man. To dream something means that you have a vision, means that you have a purpose, means that you're just not only a creature on this planet, but you're a being, right? A sentient being, something that receives information or visions from above high. And I don't know where I get my stuff from. You know what I mean? Let's keep it 1001% real. You know, why things happen the way that they do. That's a very tricky scenario. You know, a lot of us are looking for rhyme and reason. And the point is that there is none. You know, one day you're up, one day you're down. You know, you really have to do the calculations in your head, because we all end up that way. We all end up really smiling. And this is something that I learned from these courses that I've been doing. Let me get under this tree, it's got more shade. But what the guy was saying was, have empathy. It's something I got to work on. You know, if I want a better, richer life, I got to treat people better and richer. You know, most of us only treat people kindly when we think, you know, like, who the fuck is this person? Last time I was watching something, it was funny. It was old 2.5 Men. And he goes, hi, I'm Chris Schultz, SCHULTZ. She's like, hi, Sarah. Hi, Sarah, can I buy you a drink? No, I'm just waiting for my friend. She gets up, grabs her, clutches her purse, and walks off. Then she's over there. He goes, now she's thinking, why did he spell his last name? And then now she's putting on lipstick, skipped the bathroom, and came right back to him because she found out that he was on the Forbes 500 list. That's us. All of a sudden, we got lipstick on. All of a sudden, we're dancing. As soon as the fucking show's on and it's live, you're live. And as soon as it's not alive, you're not alive. And that's a really difficult thing to process. It's like, why are you only alive when there's a phone in your hand? Why do we only feel life when we have this device? And it just started to rack into my brain, knowing that damn well my sobriety, my mental health, my life is everything but this phone. I don't know many people that would say that. You know, I know a lot of people that would be like, you know, I can't live without my phone. You know, I mean, a lot of people would say that they can't live without their phone. And then I go places all over the world where there's no phone signal and I feel better. You know, some of these people are starting to buy dumb phones. You know what I mean? I was hearing it like Selena Gomez was saying, I feel better that I don't inundated with all this toxic information. You know, I didn't even want to know if my ex was with somebody else. But boom, you're in the show and you're flipping through. You don't know how destructive the information is. Like, real talk, we don't really process how much data we're starting to absorb. And no wonder why we're losing the fight for our life. You know, there's a chemical balance going on in all of our heads. And unless we fight for the space and the understanding inside of our brains, we're never going to get there. We're going to constantly be addicted to dopamine. We're going to constantly seek it through a plastic and glass in our hand. You know, we're going to forget how to talk to each other, you know, and we're going to forget our empathy. And I forgot my empathy. I've always been so aggressive and angry. I didn't mind if someone was crying in front of me. I'm like, what's wrong with you? You know what I'm saying? I'm not crying. What the hell, you know? And instead of saying, that could be me. Like, that's what I was learning from the guy. You don't have the empathy. You think, I know, for me, when I'm up on my chips, I'm way cocky, bro. I'm like, I can shoot any shot. I'm Kobe Bryant, man. Put on your shoes. I hope you brought your shoes. I'm going to beat you one-on-one. And that's cocky as fuck, and that's a lot of hard work, but that's not a lot of enjoyment, you know? Meeting people on their level and go, same, bitch. Yes, me too. You know, the Me Too movement was huge. Being able to say, yeah, me too. Yeah, no, that's happening to me too. And then I became Men Too, the Men Too movement. You know, men too get abused, you know? I know for facts, dude. Like, would the girl say that she overpowered her man, put him in a chokehold, and then choked him out? Do you know how dehumanizing that is? Like, nobody should be putting hands on each other, no matter what we're doing. You know what I'm saying? I mean, it's the only thing that I could say with my ex. I was like, get the fuck out of the car. Pissed. But I didn't pull her all the way out of the car. I kind of grabbed on her shirt and was like, you need to get out. But I didn't drag her out into the ground, pregnant woman on the ground. I didn't punch on her till I got my way. I didn't do those kind of things, and I'm grateful. You know, I've leveled up. I've learned lessons, you know, through my life and my parents fighting and their abusive relationship. I've learned a better way. Now, have I shaken it off all the way? No. Every morning, like I said, I got to fight for my mental stability. I got to say to myself, are you going to live in that moment, Mark? Oh, how beautiful these butterflies are dancing around me. Are you going to live in a regret moment? And is that what your brain's going to do to you? There's the fight right there. It's between our ears. You know, you're the only one listening. So what's our self-talk look like? You know, what is our negative self-talk looking like? Like, oh, I don't deserve her, so I probably shouldn't have said hi to her. You know, I don't make enough money. I'm not fit enough. All sorts of shit that I'm sure, I know as men, and I know women are extremely insecure too. It's like, oh shit, this skirt ain't short enough. I don't have big enough tits. And that's the vibe, you know? We're in a fight for vibe, because it's like our vibe, man, just like Mark Zuckerberg, this motherfucker just rented out the Apex Center here, no media, no audience, and just watched a whole UFC fight by himself, rented out the whole UFC. I can't even tell how much that cost, so he could watch the fight all by himself and his friends. I mean, there it is, dude. Like, if you really wanted something to isolate it for yourself, you'd work at it. You'd be like, oh shit, I do got to get up and go work out. Why? I don't have to work out. I get to work out. I get to fight for my brain. I get to get back into my head and say, okay, this is my head. You know, getting some head, getting some head. Get your head right. There's so many things that we can do from, I've been working on eating at different places. I don't know if anybody else does this, but you know, I'm always got the little $10 that they're talking about, the $20 to go get a meal. But little do I have time, and it's expensive to make sandwiches now too. But what am I eating? You know, like I mix it up, man. I go to Whole Foods now. It's gonna cost me $10 or $15 anyway. Might as well eat something healthy, and might as well hit on some girls while I'm at it. You know, I'm testing myself that I can get off my pattern, right? Which is really hard to do because you'll get really comfortable. You've worked a system for yourself, every one of us, that works for us. Maybe it's your morning beers. Maybe it's the routine. Maybe it's the coffee. You know, that's another one. And that makes us stick to the rhythm, stick to the rhyme. That's why I love traveling all the time, because it makes me mess up my eating schedule. You know what I'm saying? Now I don't have access to fucking dairy anymore because I'm down in Brazil and I'm not eating all the flan, and I'm staying on the task and plastic pocket challenge. Yep. This is what it is. It keeps me from staying here in a rhythm that could kill me. I'm being real with you. I knock off the 30, 20 pounds that I gain here in America from preservatives, fast food, and sitting by the computer. Now I burn that off. We burn off the deficit, man. We take out the things that don't work. And that's something that we all got to do, is make it work for us, bro. Like, I don't know how else to say that, but I think we're working against ourselves. I know I am. You know, I fucked up. I didn't have control over my emotions. I didn't do the work, the shadow work, to talk about my childhood. And because of that, I paid the ultimate price in a lesson. And I'll never forget this lesson. Does it make me instantly empathetic? No, I got to work on it. I got to say, I see you in me. I see you in me. I see you in me. I see me saying some shit to myself that I shouldn't be saying. I'm not a good person. I don't deserve love. I fucked up. How many of us have done that? How many of us have fucking just slayed ourselves and dragged ourselves across the hot fucking coals, right across the grill like a skillet, like a piece of skirt steak, your human skirt steak, and you just keep flipping your meat? And I'm like, stop burning my meat, you know? Stop burning me on both ends, man. You know, I had to tell myself this morning, literally talk to myself. I don't know if you guys sit in the morning. It helps, dude, because that half hour, instead of just grabbing the phone, I trick myself and saying, oh, I'm just looking at the time. And then I start looking at the messages, and then I'm on my phone, and there goes all my dopamine. My discipline is to have conversations with myself the first 30 minutes. I'm fighting for my life. I'm fighting for my mind. In that first 30 minutes, I say to myself, You got to let it go. Stop beating yourself up. Now is the only time that you have. If I don't enjoy the now, I for sure will let the past make me suffer even further. And I'm ruining the most important thing that I got is my time. We can't make up the time. If someone spends time with you, they love you. Seriously, if there's a meeting and they don't make it, they don't love you. Time to move forward. And that's where I stay in my mind. It's a time to move forward in my brain and say, take control of these thoughts now while it's quiet in the morning, while you're still fresh and relaxed. Ask yourself, where's my mind going to? And for the first 6 months, all I did was wake up and cry. I'll be honest with everyone. I just woke up and cry. I lost a child. And still I cry about it. I don't think I'll ever get over it. I'll never forgive myself. And it's the biggest opportunity I blew of my life. To kill another life, I just can't contemplate it. I don't know what humans are about. I didn't know even an argument could make that happen. There's so many mistakes that I made myself personally. And again, there's that beat up talk, where it's just like, and she made mistakes too. Right? I wasn't just arguing by myself. I don't have to make up things to relieve my stress. I didn't want to live in a world where I had made up a fallacy, lived a lie, so that I could feel more comfortable. I think it's us. I'm asking people to fight for their lives and get uncomfortable. I'm asking them to do those things that they're not necessarily do. If you're not an extrovert, it's going to be hard for you to talk to other people. You got to work on it too. I got to work on my empathy. I don't mind talking to people, but I don't seem to care what they're saying or feel them when they're caring. And it's just true. I'm just being real. It's like, wow, man, I'm really like that. People are crying in front of me and I'm kicking them out of my house. I'm like, why is this chick crying? I just met her. She's on my bed. I just met her the first time I met her. She's got to be psycho. Turned out I was right. She was psycho. She ended up killing our baby later. And I hope she is hearing this because I do love her. It's not like I'm just trying to just knock her. No, I fell in love with this woman. And we made love and we made a baby. And instead of sticking to that, we stuck to the angry. We stuck to the infighting. We stuck to the complaining. And it just drove me nuts, to be around someone. They always say choose the right partner, but to be around people, even like I did the morning, I quit in 5 minutes. I can't stand people that their morning starts off like that. Like my morning is the morning motivation. Like I've been this way for 10 plus years. I like to keep it positive. I like to have an air of positivity. That's another thing with the guys that hit on chicks. I'm not just here nagging everybody, just negative. This didn't work. That didn't work. Oh my God, I'm just bitching. You're the one with gray on your beard, bro. I got solid black, bro. Solid black. Probably because I lived a less stressed life than you, and not because I was always comfortable, but because I didn't put that kind of pressure on me. I opted out for not treating people that way, right? Like I know, like that when you do those beat up meetings, you're not moving anyone forward. You're not going to beat the fucking horse forward. And that's something I needed to learn too. I can't beat it out of my wife or my baby mama to make her want to do something she doesn't want to do. And if I really want people to do things that I want them to do, I'm gonna have to not go through them, but with them. And that's a skill set, talking to people in businesses, talking in public speaking, this is a skill set. Most of us are going to get nervous. Most of them be like, oh shit, I'm in front of people. I'm so self-conscious. This will never work. And that's part of it. It's time for us to get conscious, to wake up and say, oh shit, I got to make this work. You know what I mean? I got to make my mind work for my life and fight for my life. You got the right to fight, to party. You got to fight for the right to party. You got to fight for your right to party. As soon as it's time to looking for a good time, everything's in the air. Our budget, our time, and our attitude, it's all up in the air. It's party time, right? That guy shows up, he's smiling, he's happy, it's the best time of his life. When he's not at the party or she's not at the party, what do these people do? I know a lot of friends that all they can do is live between, not conventions, what are the things? Festivals. And that's what they do. They festival hop. They're at every festival every year collecting bracelets, making memories be exceptional. Like we have to push our dopamine to these highest of high levels, but we go home alone. Like the only person that's listening to your stories is your dog when you get home. You're not doing it right. You read another meme where the guy's making 60 or maybe she's making 60. Let's make the woman make more and the guy make 45 a year. Combined, they're now a winning team. That's 100 grand by ourselves. You'll never afford it. I saw my friend post the other day. I'm looking for a 2-bedroom, 2-bath with a nice backyard. $1,500. And I was like, that's how much I was paying to lease my, back in the day, my shop when I was doing the Saints Addiction shop. That's a lot. If you do the math in 10 months, that's $15,000, bro. Do you know what you could put $15,000 towards? A business. You know, that travel I was talking about, some courses, you know, you could probably take some courses, some improvement courses, a psychologist getting after you and see why you are the way that you are. There's so many things that the money could go to. I talk about all the time with Saints Addiction. As much money as I spend on weed, I got to keep it real. And that's why I'm not smoking this morning. I don't know if anybody noticed, but I'm just done being sedated in the morning. I want to feel like I love the feeling of park and spark, you know. I mean, I love the feeling of driving and smoking a blunt, smoking weed while I drive, you know. Like, I love that feeling, but I also have to push that aside so I can grow. You know what I'm saying? You know, I want my mind to wake up proper now. I want to spend the first 30 minutes off the phone. I want to spend the first couple hours without being high. I want to be able to process my life in a very sobering, understanding way. And that way I can calculate my day. You know what I'm saying? Say my day is the way I'm going to develop it. It's the way I'm developing myself. It's the way I'm developing my personality as I clutch my heart. You know I can do better. And I've challenged this soul, this life to do better. Did I fuck up? Very badly. Extremely badly. Multiple times in my life. I'm talking South Korean prison. I'm talking unwanted abortions. I'm talking homelessness. I've maxed out my 9 lives. But I'm going to go double down for another 9 more. You know, this is what Vegas is all about. You know, 1 minute you're up and you're smiling, just like the guy said, there's empathy, because the day that you're not, that's your turn. You know, I mean, we're all at the table. We're all at the wheel of life. You know, they call it the wheel of misfortune out here in Vegas. There's a big, you know, roulette thing made out of concrete out of old water tower. It's really cool. But, you know, that right there, it is misfortunate, because you're going to cheer so loud when you hit, man. Jackpot, baby. Woo! You know, extremely high. But know that, shit, how many people have made the mega bucks? Made $20 million in one night, and now his daughter's dying of a speed overdose. There's something called that. I don't know what it's called, but, you know, it's like the megabucks curse or something, where you think that all you need to do is get a bunch of fucking money and that's going to fix all your problems, like a fat pill or an external psychologist. It's not their job. You know, they'll hear you. You can pay to be heard, but do you hear you? Do you hear you in there? It's such a battle, and that's why I call it's a fight for life, because if you can battle yourself and say, get off your fat ass and go for a walk, now you feel better. Now you're outside. Now you want to stay outside. Now you want to do activities. Now you're burning calories. Now you're in emotion, and then that attitude's spilling all over you. Now you got the vibe, and now you got this low-key, I'm free-flowing type person who doesn't want to be around that person. Now the girls want to talk to you more, and then it gives you more energy, and you're like, yes, I am this person. Yes, I am doing business with other people. Yes, I am keeping a smile on my face. This is my new life. And that's the conversation I wanted you guys to have, because I haven't been screaming it lately. I haven't been screaming, I love my life, as much as I could, you know? I haven't been able to do that from the top of my lungs because I was telling myself things that weren't right. You know, I was processing it differently. I was in my head telling myself a certain message, and now I'm getting up and telling you the new message. Fight for your life. Fight for the food that you eat, fight for the thoughts that you think, and also the diet that you put inside your mind. This is where the battle is. If you can control this between your ears, you can control your world, you can control your life, and that's your morning motivation. On my heart from the start, it's your boy Marky Saint, Saints Addiction, peace and love. And as always, Chigathon. That means goodbye, but not forever in Fiennish. And I will see you on the other side as soon as you like, share, and subscribe, and comment below. Tell me how you fought for your life. Tell me how you fought for your mentality. I want everybody to heal, man. That's how we're going to move forward. Morning motivation. Boom, baby, boom. Peace and love. I'll see you on the other side. Ciao.